Okay, so I think the topic here is defender Harry McGuire, and I've been talking to somebody as well about it, in the sense that he's a Leicester fan and he actually loves Maguire and he still thinks he's goated. Um, and I think that is part of it. Like De Gea, I don't think is a bad keeper. He did have some horrible errors, and that is what led to him, kind of leaving out the back door. But I think Maguire. I think there's still a player in there. I really, really do. He just can't keep not playing. And there's a healthy debate right now because he wants to stay and he wants to fight for his place, and the fans hate his guts. They hate his guts and they want him gone. This is one of them, okay? And it's like, I did see a tweet that was like, you guys want mentality monsters? Well, here's a player that wants to stay and fight for his place, and you guys want him gone, okay? So there's two sides to every single coin ever, okay? Now, on the one side, he's horrible. I don't want him at my team. On the other side, there's a player in there, and you know what? He's a mentality monster. He's got Mamba mentality, and he wants to fight for his spot. So what side of the camp do you fall on? I don't know. Honestly, I think there's a player in there. I just think that and I've said it 1,000 times, I think it's gotten so toxic at Manchester United that it's time. It's over. It's gone. Finito.
Tony Adams or a Roy Keane, every week you're playing well, and then you're the captain as well. It's like Ben Stokes in the cricket, isn't he? Great cricket player, but can take on the team as well. Harry Maguire's been struggling to play football consistently for the last 18 months, and then he's a captain as well. That's not how it works. You're meant to be, the captain's got to be a consistent.
Yeah, him being captain is crazy. Again, I don't know if that's a locker room thing. I mean, obviously it is, but man, you cannot have your captain be doing that.
Top level performer. He's got to be stripped to the captaincy. And personally, I think he's not good enough for Manchester United. He's fourth choice centre back. And if he wants to play in the Euros, I definitely would be looking at that Colwill and I'd be going, I've got to go and play first team football somewhere. I really don't think he's good enough. I think he's, it's a bit like De Gea for me. Maguire is a decent centre back. De Gea was a decent goalkeeper, but the game's moved on. He doesn't suit the modern game. 10, 15 years ago, he's a good centre back. In the modern game, where you've got to be quick, mobile, break the lines yourself, I don't think Harry Maguire suits the modern game.
See, and it's tough because there's levels to it where there is systems, obviously, in which he doesn't need to do that. And for every genius of Pep Guardiola, there's always going to be something where it's just like, just boot it up. And listen, it's always prettier, and it's hard to criticize the Guardiola method, obviously, because he just won the treble and he's been dominating English football, but there's always going to be something different. I think Inter gave them a hell of a game, and they don't play, that type of football. They were building out the back a lot, I won't lie, but there's different types, and, just like in boxing, styles make fights. I think that's similar, in which he doesn't have to be in that. Even in modern football, there's just different things. Not every goalie's going to be good with his feet. It's up to the manager to either move on from that player and get the right player or not. And I think the manager has to be smart enough to be like, okay, you know what? My player doesn't do this skill. I'm not going to force it. Anyway, that's just my take on Harry Maguire. I think that there is still a great player in there, honestly. If I was a Man U fan, I would hate his guts. I get why they want him out. I really do. But I think there is credit that he wants to stay and fight. That's all I'm saying.